to Girl Talk, starring your girl, Dr. LaDanya Yvette, your clarity coach. Dr. LaDanya is the founder and CEO of I Win Global Enterprises, an inspirational movement all about girl power. This is your ultimate destination for candid conversations. We're here to be your virtual best friends, sharing everything from life, love, leadership, and legacy. So get ready, gladiators. Let's talk. Let's inspire. Let's connect. It's time for some real talk on Girl Talk. Please welcome your host and your clarity coach, Dr. LaDanya Yvette.
What's up, gladiators? This is your girl, Dr. LaDanya Yvette, on another episode of Girl Talk. And we are here to learn more about M.O.V.E from damage to destiny in your life. And it's going to be quite the exciting and enlightening conversation with my girl, Miss Cierra Conerly Sims. Welcome her to Girl Talk, you guys.
Yay. Hey, y'all.
Girl, let's have some girl talk about this topic. I am so interested in what this message is. I know it's going to be powerful, moving, meaningful, and impactful. So before we get started, let's go ahead and have you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about you and what you do.
Thank you so much. First and foremost, thank you for allowing me to be on your amazing podcast of Girl Talk. Absolutely love it. I'm so proud of you. About myself. So I'm one of those people that does not like to really talk about myself too much, but I know it comes with the territory. So I'm an Arizona native. And I am a training and development, personal development, professional development coach, entrepreneur, I guess you could say, trainer, facilitator, things of that nature. So that's more of like where my career has taken me over the last 16 years. Worked in fintech for most of that career. And then moved over into more of a personal development space and professional development space. And then I also own Sis Events and Services, which is my event and wedding planning business. It is my passion. I love planning, strategizing, and just really allowing people to enjoy their day, enjoy their events that they're creating. I focus a lot on fundraising, galas. I do a lot of conferences, things to that nature. So it's really, really amazing. And then I have stepped into the world of sharing my journey from a professional speaking standpoint and just doing some more motivational speaking in that area. And so just exploring that space and having fun with it.
I love it. I absolutely love it. You are a people's person. I see that. I love that, how you love to just share you to the world. I think it's important that we share our experiences and our stories so we can help someone else who may be going through some trying times, difficult times, or they know of someone who is, and they are better equipped with some other knowledge that they gain from other people, such as yourself, sharing to know that they're not in it by themselves, whatever they're going through. So I'm just so excited about everything you do and how much that you do serve the community and women and your colleagues and just everybody in everything that you do to serve pretty much humanity. So that is what I enjoy the most, to see people shine in that arena, because it's important that we all do our part to help the next one win. That's what this is all about. So absolutely. Let's go ahead and start this Girl Talk conversation. M.O.V.E is an acronym, I see. Okay, M.O.V.E. So I want to understand, and I'm sure our audience want to understand this concept of M.O.V.E. So I know you're going to break it down. So I probably take some notes because
Yes, get your pen and paper out, take some notes.
Come on, y'all. Y'all know this is like for real. This is how we do it. I'm really taking notes, y'all. So.
Good. I love it. I love it. Because this concept has been developed, and it really is just a way to think about how do you get from point A to point B from an aspect of moving in your life. And this could be available to anything you want to do. If it's you want to change careers, you want to change a habit, you want to quit doing something, you want to start doing something, just how do you make that move? And so that is where it came from. It stemmed from just really understanding my experiences and taking a look at where I started from. Mainly when I was like young teenager years, what my 20s looked like, and now in my mid 30s, and how I was able to create that movement in my life to get to where I'm at and where I want to go. I use this every day to just constantly remind myself on how I'm going to move. So that's where the concept came from. And let's break it down.
Come on, girl, let's break it down and start with him and recognizing all of these different areas of move. So let's go.
Absolutely. So starting with the M stands for mindset. So before you are able to make any type of change in your life, you must first change your mindset. What kind of things are you watching on TV? What kind of things are you reading? What are you investing in your mind? Anytime you want to make a change, anytime you want to do anything, it first starts in your mind, right? If you don't have the right mindset, if you're not thinking the right things about yourself, if you're not saying the right things, then you're not going to make that move, right? And so that is why mindset is number one. When it comes to changing your mindset, what I really like to discuss with it is, one, where did you get that mindset from? Where did it start? So this is where you're doing a little work within yourself. You're going back to events that have happened in your life. Where did that lack of confidence come from? What happened to you? What kind of things did you need to work through? What type of experiences have you had in your life that made your mindset the way it is, to why you're not thinking that way, right? And then towards the end of it, I like to discuss, how do you change that? What type of things are going to work for you in order for you to better your mindset? It's always a work in progress, right? So everyone's how do you change your mindset, or things that you could do to change your mindset, is different for everybody. But we explore those different ideas and all of those different tools that can be used in order to change that mindset. So that's the M.
That is awesome, because it does start with the mind first. That is the most powerful tool. Whatever you think you can become, whether it's in the words that you speak to yourself, to your mind, is what you believe, your belief. And you're right about movement with the mindset, because it takes effort. So you have to teach people, put in the effort to change their mindset. So it does start with you. It starts with an effort to change your mindset. So this is good.
Absolutely. And, when it comes to using the acronym of MOVE, it builds on each other. So we start with our mind. That is the first entry gate into what you're going to do as to leading up into the rest. So the second one is the opportunity. That's our O. And in order to be able to envision yourself in those different opportunities, your mindset first has to be there. And now doors are going to start opening up for you that you may not have seen before, because your mindset was set at a different pace. So opportunities is my O. And when I think about opportunities, that's going to come from what type of opportunities are even out there for me? What type of things that I not think about? So the example I use for myself when it comes to opportunity is when I was working in a call center. And I was fine where I was at. I was taking my calls. I was good because of where my mindset was, and my opportunity was just being there. I had the chance to go to school and do those things. But when an opportunity presented itself to move into a different role, I was able to, at that point, because my mind was different, I was educated more, I knew my job, I knew that opportunity was available to me. And so what doors are you going to see with the different opportunities that are available to you, that you may not have seen before, that you may not have thought about before? So that is the opportunity. And how do we embrace those opportunities, right? How do we know how to cross that bridge and get into that opportunity space, and to be able to embrace it, be able to say, okay, this is a chance for me. So That's kind of where that comes from on that opportunity piece.
Girl, embrace opportunity. I love when you say that. That is like eye opener. Embrace opportunity, because you can miss the opportunity, and when the opportunities do come, you just have to know what is for you, and what is not for you. Not every opportunity is for you. That is absolutely true. So you are really on something with this move concept, because move, it takes you, it's a feeling. It's not just an acronym of letters. Okay. It is actually, it takes you in a headspace of moving, of doing something, putting action into it. Right.
Exactly.
So into your mindset, you're putting action into creating those opportunities and getting those opportunities. So you're actually moving and going somewhere. So let's go. Let's continue to move, girl. Let's go.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So now you have your mindset in a certain place. You've opened the doors to different possibilities or different opportunities that are available. Now you're starting to see your value. So that's our V, is value. When that value is there and you notice that you are in a space to where, hey, I can do this, or I'm worthy of being in this space. I'm worthy of being in this opportunity. Why does that door have to be shut for me? It doesn't, because you are starting to see your value. The thing is the way the humans work and the way mankind thinks is that if they start to see it, then they start to believe it.
Come on now. Come on.
Exactly. And that's where we're at with the value. That's why, because it takes a lot of people time before they actually recognize what their true value is. Mm-hmm. They may think about it subconsciously. They may feel it deep down in their gut, but they're like, it's right there, but I can't cross that bridge. But by the time you have seen different opportunities come your way, now you're like, I can do this. I can take that foot forward. So that's why value is next. And you're starting to recognize who you are. You have a seat at the table. You could create your own table. You don't have to wait for other people to bring you that table. So I really get into depth with value. And by the time I'm in value, I'm like, hold my head up high and I'm going to walk with my confidence, because I recognize who I am, why God put me in this space, why I'm here. And I'm going to walk in that truth. So when you have that value placed, not only do we discuss and learn about our authenticity of who we are, but being able to own that authenticity of who we are and making sure that we are accepted ourselves to be in these spaces, and that we realize we deserve that space. So V is that value.
Absolutely. We deserve the value that we deserve. All right. Yeah. So the value of everything that we do just means so much to us, and we just need to really take it really seriously and personally. And so it's a lot that you just said when it comes to value. So I appreciate all of what you just said with that, because that really says a lot and tells a lot about who we are and what we need to adopt in our life, which is value and the belief in ourselves. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And when you're coming from a damaged place, and we don't like to say damage, and I don't use it in a format to where you're just not able to recover. Damaged is even anything that has damaged your confidence, damaged your self-worth, damaged your self-care, anything to where you have forgotten about self or the value that you have. And so recognizing that you can change that, and that, utilizing these 4 steps will be able to send you from that damaged space, no matter what's damaged, right? Everybody's sense of damage is different. Some people may have damaged emotions. Some people are damaged, from a physical space. Some people are damaged mentally. So it doesn't matter. This works for every aspect of damage. You may have thought that your career is damaged because of one mistake. Well, no, let's utilize these tools to be able to change that damaged place. So it works no matter what.
Yeah. So before we go on to the E, speaking of damage, how can we recognize, or people recognize, that they're feeling damaged in their life? How can they recognize that they are damaged in their life and to implement this MOVE mindset? So first, how can they recognize that they are feeling damaged in their life?
There could be multiple ways that someone can recognize that they're damaged. One, how are you responding to critique and criticism.
Mhm.
How are you responding to anything that could potentially happen? Are you feeling triggered? We utilize this term trigger a lot now. That
Yeah.
has become very popular. And we use it in more of an emotional space.
Mhm.
And so when you use that word triggered, oh, that triggered me. Oh, that made me feel triggered. That's how you know you're operating from a damaged space, or that's where you know you recognize, like, dang, there's still something I'm dealing with.
Girl,
So
that's
that's
hard.
exactly. Exactly. So that's one way to recognize, how are you responding to difficult conversations? How are you responding to conflict? Are you avoiding communication? Are you avoiding, these difficult situations? That lets you know that you're possibly operating from a damaged space. And now when you recognize, and my cousin, she has drilled this in me a lot, that when you become aware, you become responsible. And so when you are aware that you have,
say that again. Let me write that down.
when you become aware, you become responsible. So
Girl.
you are now aware that there's something there. You may not use the term damage. That's the term I like to use, because it's so strong of a word that it makes me recognize, and actually stops me in my tracks to recognize, like, hey, something's wrong here. So when you're operating from that, and recognize that you're operating from that damaged space, now I can stop and think, okay, what happened? What just happened right now to make me feel that way? So then I'm going to run down what happened. How did it make me feel? And what do I need to do differently to make sure that I don't feel that way again? Type of situation. And now I'm triggered. And it really allows for you to recognize where you are. So everyone's way of recognizing their damaged space is different, but it's more about your responses to things, how you react in your response.
Be aware of your responses. My goodness. Yeah, that was powerful. Come through, cousin. Come through. Okay, she got something going there. That was powerful. That was powerful. Thank you for sharing that. All right, let's go on. Let's continue on with the MOVE.
Yes. So we have changed our mindset, right? We have opened the doors to new opportunities, and that allowed for us to see our value. Now we're ready to experience. So the E is experience. We are ready to learn about what experiences we can have. And now your mind has been open, right? So the E is experience.
All right.
How do you want to experience? What type of experiences you want to allow yourself to have? How do you want to experience those things? So now you're able to set your goals to a higher mindset and a higher experience level to what you have before. Now that you've recognized and you've gone through the steps, by the time you get to experience, you should no longer be thinking the most I can do is rent in a 1-bedroom apartment. Now you should have to be able the mindset to experience I want to own a home on a countryside that's sitting on 2.5 acres of land. Yeah. That's where your mind should be by the time you get to the experience part. So it's really more on that E, is you opening up and being accepting to what the possibilities are that are out there for you, whether that's your personal life, whether that's from a financial standpoint, whether you want to change something from a professional standpoint, you want to start that business. You have now taken those steps, and now you can experience, well, my business can go from just being local in Arizona, and I'm using that because we're right here in the Valley now, from being right here in Arizona to being able to be an international business owner, doing all these different things on an international space. So it allows for you to open up that space for you and experience different things. If you want to experience more vacations, right? You have gone through the steps to see yourself being able to experience different places in the world and different vacations you want to take. That is now within reach for you.
Yeah, that is powerful. Talk about visions and goals. You literally have the capability to move your mind, to create those opportunities, to create value that ultimately create all of those experiences through this MOVE method. Girl, you have something here. This is just as wow. Girls, come on, girls. We need to start moving on some things, right? We need to start moving on our businesses. We need to start moving on our families, on our personal life, personal development. leadership development, these aspects or key aspects of this MOVE concept with Miss Cierra, how brilliant these are. Some things you can really just apply all of these things, even though they were, you may have heard of mindset, these terms, mindset, opportunity, value, experiences. These are words in the dictionary that you have heard. But when you put all these things together in the way that she has placed them, it makes total sense with everything that you can do in your life and how you can literally transform your life just like that. It takes time. Just like that, because of the thought that you have, the thought that you put the effort into the MOVE concept, it happens like that because you have placed that in your mind, in your heart, in your spirit, that this is something that I'm going to do. I'm going to take the initiative to do. I'm going to commit to doing it. That's why it can happen like that. And once you put that in your mind that this is what I'm going to do, girl, you start moving.
Yeah, exactly. And when you start the process, you're in some type of damaged space.
Yes.
That's where you're starting. You're starting damaged, not necessarily damaged from a relationship or anything, but it damaged in any aspect, as we talked about earlier. But you're starting from a place to where you're missing something. That's the damaged space. Something has been tarnished, and that's why the word damaged is there. But it's not damaged to the beyond repair, right? So that's where the MOVE comes from. And by the time you get to that E in that experience, you're able to reach that destiny. And that word is so special to me, the word destiny, because it's a name, and that name is very important to me. That is the name of my...
Let me tell y'all, it is our birthright. We deserve destiny. That's the ultimate goal. That's why we have the mindset with these opportunities, with this value to create those experiences for us and for other people, to set and goals for the ultimate goal is the destiny that we already own. Come on.
Everybody's destiny is different.
Right.
It's different. Yep. So my destiny is my spouse. Her name is Destiny. So that's my destiny. Wow. That is my destiny. But what is your destiny? Right?
Exactly.
What's yours?
You have to wonder what your destiny is. Destiny is different from other people, like you said. What is in alignment with you, with where you want to go? And quite frankly, truthfully, it's not all about you. You going through this journey, this MOVE journey towards your destiny, because it's not even about the destination. It's about the journey to get there. What are you doing in the meantime to create all of that, to empower other people, to share your gifts to the world, to expand your horizon, to live for today, to make tomorrow a better day? What are we doing with that?
Exactly.
So
I highly recommend documenting that journey. All your steps, write down the steps, and where are you at? What does that look like? As you're in the opportunities phase, write down the opportunities that came to you. Write down when you're in the value space, that's where your affirmations should start coming in, or the way you're changing the way you think about yourself. When you're in the mindset phase, think about, what things are you doing to change your mindset? What books are you reading? Did you change from listening to hardcore hip hop all the time that talks about all these things that are negative, to where you decided that you were going to start listening to a certain type of music that was uplifting and empowering? Document that journey. That is what is going to allow for you to remind yourself that this is what I needed to do to make sure that I moved in the proper direction to get to that experiencing that destiny. So I highly encourage that as you're going through the process, that you're writing everything down and documenting your personal journey. Whether you decide to share that journey with the world, you share it with your children or your family or your friends, or you just keep it for self, between you and God, or you and who you believe in. But I highly recommend just documenting that personal journey that you take to move.
That is so important. Y'all hear that? Y'all getting this, girls? Document your MOVE. Write it down, journal. Journaling is very therapeutic as well, too. Like you say,
Absolutely.
You have to let it out to the world if you don't want to. But certainly it's a personal development for yourself. So speaking on that, I got a question for you. So what role does self-care, because this is intertwining with the self-care as far as your mindset, you have to be to a healing point or healed enough to do all of these things to get you towards your destiny. It's a lot of work. It's effort, but you have to put your mindset to it. But so what role does self-care play in maintaining that momentum? Because movement is momentum. We have to have the momentum to keep it. So what role does self-care play in maintaining the momentum in the movement towards your destiny?
That's such a great question. And self-care plays a daily role. Every day, you are going to have to take a moment and put self first. Everybody has time. It's what we do with our time that's different. And when you are in this process, what I love discussing is SMART goals. We've all heard of SMART goals in a professional setting, but we rarely think about them in a personal space. You're going to have to learn about some time management and change management and being able to implement SMART goals for yourself and taking time, even if it's just 30 minutes a day, to put self-care in there. That should be on the schedule every day. Girl, and you do it unapologetically. It's okay.
There you go. You better speak to, girl. It's so important for self-care because, yes, we all have things going on. Nobody's perfect. But I'm not talking about perfection. I'm talking about purpose. It's all about purpose. You have to continue your purpose through your imperfections. That's what makes us. That's what makes us real. That's what makes us, walking in your authentic truth. True to who you are. Because people, they resonate with your story. To get that out for them. So working towards all of that, towards your destiny, is helping you in the process as well. But it's also meant to help other people. That's what I love about what you're doing and what you're sharing. And that's what Girl Talk is about, is for us to talk as girls, to just share what we know from experiences and just, release everything that we know to help someone else, because somebody's going through something right now as we doing this,
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So the importance of your voice, the importance of the message from your voice, from the spirit and the heart that it's coming from. So I so appreciate you bringing this to Girl Talk, because I think it's extremely important of what we deal with on our personal day-to-day. So you say self-care is a day-to-day thing. You're right. You're absolutely right. So tell me a little bit more about practical routines and practices for the transformation to continue on, because somebody's going through something right now as we speak. How can we help those people right now to move from what they're dealing with right now?
Perfect. And I want to take a step back and discuss the times where I didn't put self-care first. And that was my entire 20s. My 20s was about pleasing other people, not putting self-care first, not even doing self-care, not even recognizing what self-care was. And in my 20s, I was probably the most unhealthiest I had ever been. From a physical, mental, emotional, spiritual standpoint, I was unhealthy. And so then I decided to start making those changes to move. And I did this in myself. Like, this formula is me. This is my journey. So I am at the point in my life to where I'm at the destiny part, right? So that's how that came about. I'm in my destiny phase, my E. I'm in my E. And how I got there is in my 30s, I started doing journaling, was the first thing I started doing. I started getting pedicures. I started getting facials just to have a day. And I call it CC Day.
CC Day. Okay, girls, let's create our day. CC Day. I need to figure out what day is going to be called.
Create your day.
Create your day, girls. Let's go.
Yes, create your day. So that was my CC Day. I would do all of that, and that it was uninterrupted. And I made that a point to make it uninterrupted. I started, and then I moved into more of getting more spiritual, more about my relationship. Before I was more into the religion, and then that was not where my heart was. It was more about the relationship with God, and I built that.
Yes.
And so that was a part of making sure that space was there. And building it into my self-care routine. So I started reading and understanding Bible every day. Meditating was one thing as well. I love listening to 432 hertz. So that way it clear is when it's all completely silent and I use meditation. I journal all the time. I write letters to God. I write letters to myself. From a space of how I'm feeling that day. And I go back and read them. So those are just some of the things that I did to really build to a self-care, practical tools. Some people listen to music. I like meditation music, gospel music, R&B music. I love old school R&B. Listening to things from the 90s, it's just great for me. I like doing those things. So those put me into a better mindset space. Reading, I'm huge on reading. And reading positive, uplifting books, reading books about communication and learning how to communicate better. Those are things that I like doing. And volunteering is really a self-care thing for me. I enjoy feeding the homeless. I enjoy interacting with kids in foster care. I enjoy interacting with students who are looking to, move to the next level of their life in the education space. So those are things that I use, are practical things that I can do to fulfill my self-care. I still get those facials and stuff though. So that has not stopped.
Yeah. I'm sorry. We just got to continue that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's absolutely right with that. You got to take care of it. You got to take care
exactly.
of it. Girl, your experiences, thank you for being open, honest, and transparent with your move for you.
Yeah.
And to explain that for somebody who might be going through there's something right now to try to move themselves from, damage to their destiny. It is just so important. So thank you for sharing all of this. And any last encouragement that you want to give to our listening audience to, you gave so many tips, good tips, valuable tips for us. And trust me, I have took lots of notes here, and especially the one from your cousin. Okay, I got that. I got that down. But what else is it that you can leave with us today that we can do right now? I know move is a process, but what can someone do right now today to help them with whatever challenges, distractions that they're dealing with today to move?
One thing that I want to leave you with is what you can do today is going into your space where you have a mirror, compact mirror, your mirror in your car. You can look in your mirror in your bathroom, the one you have hanging on your door, but look in that mirror and just say, I can do this.
Yeah.
I can do this.
Yeah. Yeah. You are so powerful.
And that's it. That right there, that's how you start your move process, because that's your mindset. I can do this. Coming from an abusive relationship, the first thing you had to do was I had to change my mindset that I didn't deserve that and that I could do this. I can move out of this relationship. And that it activated something in me to be able to do that. So all of it's a process, but that's one thing you can do today is just go to somebody's mirror and just say, I could do this.
Look in the mirror, girls. You're right there. Look at yourself. Speak to her, speak to the little girl in her, speak to what you see, speak to that. Speak to you, the positive stuff, speak to yourself. And you can be quiet in the mirror. Just look at yourself. Just analyze yourself. And if the tears come, let them flow. They're supposed to. That's the release of the damaged stuff that you possibly see in that mirror. But trust and believe that's released to get you to your destiny. So that is okay to bring the tears. Bring the tears on. Look at yourself. Admire yourself. Love
what
yourself.
I want to just say real quick, I really like that you said, let the tears flow and not just wipe them away. Do not get that tissue. Do not get that tissue. Just let it all just flow and it will stop. When it's ready to stop.
When it's ready to stop. When it's ready to stop.
Yes.
Sis, this is powerful. I knew it really was going to be. I mean, I just love your grace, your spirit, the concept, because you're not even speaking to it. You're also living it. You have lived it and you're teaching it and you're sharing it. That's the beauty of being and doing what you do, is to not keep it all to yourself. is to let other people in on this movement. So I just thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing. How can people reach you if they have more questions? Because certainly you guys, make sure you subscribe and like this podcast. Okay, make sure y'all do that. And keep in touch in the comments. Let's continue to have this dialogue. Any questions, any comments that you may have, put them in there, because we both are going to be tracking this and going to be answering as they come. But what else, how can people reach you if they want to reach you directly, personally?
You can reach me on Facebook. Cierra, it's my name, Cierra Conerly -Sims. You can reach me on Instagram at Cierra Sis. You can reach me on my website, www.sisevents -svcs for services.com. You can email me at sierra.sims321@gmail.com. Yeah, so there's multiple different ways that people can reach me. I'm always available.
It's all about connection, girls. All about connection.
Yeah.
Got to stay connected to people that you need to align yourself with, those who are experts in their field. So that is important to let you out to the world. So girl, we can just talk all day. I just appreciate you so much and blessing me with this MOVE concept, because it has truly enlightened my life today, to give us something to do today, as well as carry on to the days to come. So it's all about mindset, y'all. It's all about opportunities, y'all. It's all about value. It's all about experience. Girl, you need to put a tune to that. Maybe let's create a song or something about that. We got to make a song about that, okay?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So thank you all for joining me and my girl Cierra here on today's episode of Girl Talk. This has been fun. This has been inspiring, encouraging. It has been very eye-opening as well, So I hope you guys got something into it. Like I said, like, subscribe, comment on it. Let's continue this dialogue. And let's continue to just move to our destiny. Let's transform ourselves and transform some lives today and the days to come. So thank you all for tuning in. See you until next time. Bye.
Hey, Gladiators. This is your girl, Dr. LaDanya Yvette, and I am so excited for this year's GlowCon 2023. Come on down to Dallas, Texas, you guys. Come glow with us. October 29th, we are ready with some powerful, impactful speakers and ready to immerse you in an experience like none other. Come get connected with us. We want to see you there. Get your face in the place, as they say. Get your tickets at www.iwinglobalenterprises.com/GlowDallas. That is www.iwinglobalenterprises.com/GlowDallas. Come to Dallas, Texas, you guys. Let's glow.